Now one, pull up with some jungle. Ain't that so?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Silicon Valley. And with a foghorn sounding behind us, that can only mean one thing, and that is it's time for football at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here. As it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Sideline, their head coach. These guys certainly playing with some confidence right now. 4-1 to start the season. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. These guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out, their veteran quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
First play, and Purdy wants to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. They go play action here. Purdy will drop this up to Scalabry. And he'll be taken down to before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. And he hits him in stride. Down to the 10. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, San Francisco. There. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Niners need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. The Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
An extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw 1 when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit. Good-naturedly, but it let him know. He had to cut down those interceptions. We kept bailing out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. As you said, they got the win for last week. So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 46. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open nose Pointer, the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Seahawks, first down. Again, another on the play. And the Seahawks.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it complete. yards that time and a first down. Only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter choice to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. He'll try to run this one in, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Yeah.
His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks respond to that opening drive.
That's how you do it with Marshall. Let's go too.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielder right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both while the game's being played. Figure it out both ways and try to find a way to win.
Game 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good in a victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times 2 interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Now first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing here, Purdy. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, they kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's Purdy. And the 40 over the middle. That's complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. That's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the year. And the 49ers have taken the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Return up past the 30. And he goes right there for a moment. As it is, still being returned. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
It's like a taco, the chips on the bottom.
Visitors offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been doing it through the air and on the ground to start the season. Currently leading the NFL in rushing yards by a quarterback here in the month of September. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Trying to find Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
I still crack up a little bit after the different meeting with the defensive coordinator. As I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit. They're facing the number 1 rushing team. They have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to throw now on first down. Backfield, that's complete. Another nice game, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
13 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
He'll look to throw. Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, first and 30, and it's second down. The Seahawks in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
About 3 yards there to the 27. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try to defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Falls down incomplete. Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. This from 34 yards out. Left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll check this one down to Scalabrine. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And over the interior of that defensive line. They'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun now with Purdy. Working in the middle of the field, he's hitting the incomplete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Scalabrine. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was in the NFC defensive player of the week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. 3rd and 5. Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Back to throw, Purdy. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
He's been talking quite a bit on his drive. If And finally, I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now Purdy. The kick is complete. And will be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Purdy will set up to throw here. He'll try and do this himself. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can push ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
They were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. But that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his hand. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st down, they'll go around the town. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
Number 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Played the ball here, no panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. He tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's caught. And we have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on a catch and run. 30 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 70 yards rushing for him. It's been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Smith and Jigbo hauling it out on the outlet. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 27 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and completion of a play? You put the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch ends up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, Lou back out to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Charles, you got to think the number one goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
The way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble, costing potential points. Then they watch your opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They just got to find a way to get it done.
He finds his man complete. It's Nicholson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. 3rd down and 9.
Watch number 84. Watch 84.
Birdie got a throw. And the Seahawks defense gets through. They bring him down. They overload that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break behind them.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. They're going from this out in the department. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. So you gotta think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Looking well, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Good solid gain on first down, and not what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
He will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, a very inspired effort. The last time you saw them out there was a quick 3 now when they put in the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
40-yard line. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. It's Barrett. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so.
I think he had the lead, figured out where the blitz was coming and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. They go play action here. Purdy. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Nolan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Purdy looking to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Bailey.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he's going to have Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So maybe a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see the defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards. Scatterman fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard. That's all down to the 2. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
They're holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold the ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Now they'll take this and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
They had totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
Across the goal line, in the end zone, touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the 49ers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he's run well here in the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. And take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. On play action, now throw. As he throws there, incomplete.
He's been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that's been incomplete when they're throwing it to him?
Yes, he threw every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment. Takes a look.
They finally made an adjustment there to see if they can build on that stuff. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Seahawks first down. A gain of 15.
They'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there and bring him down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first
The
half.
kick is good.
Right after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
41.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And these guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Purdy from the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Ballard. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing here, Purdy. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hanson with our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Week 6 is here, starting to get a little bit of a sense who the contenders are and who the pretenders are. Let's hop in. Our look around the NFL starts now. We begin at Highmark Stadium. It's the Bills at home for an AFC East battle with the Miami Dolphins. And here's the Bills running back. He covers a lot of ground here. 23 yards, touchdown. The Bills get just their second win of the season. They improve to 2-4. Why don't we go over to Charm City now? Check in on the Ravens as they play host to the LA Rams. And here's the Rams wideout. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Rams get back to 500. They even their mark at 3-3. Lastly, let's go out to Arrowhead. The Chiefs taking on the Packers. And here's the Packer wideout. It's fired deep downfield. He's right there to secure it. And when it's all said and done, that's an 80-yard catch and run for the touchdown. The Packers had to fight for this one, but they get the job done. 28-24 the final. And with that, a look now at the rest of the action around the NFL here in week number 6. In the game you're watching, it's been tight throughout. A field goal separating these two sides through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And taken down just past the 20, about the 21-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Still there, and it's intercepted. But he'll take this back down inside the 20. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game.
Pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Purdy. Comes out on the hit, but they'll see it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short the sticks.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Seattle now ready to march on the field. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here. They'll team a double team, and it's intercepted. And these guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that had ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 4.
throw. Purdy. He's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Purdy. The open man. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, but it sets up 2nd and goal.
Gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Pass completely outside of Robinson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Purdy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to line up incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Sly able to put this here through. And they have regained the lead. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, that your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's complete.
I would not see how you caught
Pick
there.
up there. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
That's to the left sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Now 2nd and 10.
Now they'll audible to something else. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And once again, they'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to perfectly and not to free.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Play action, now Purdy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And his teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice
I
game.
was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good on that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had a good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's been the focal point of this offense. And when you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably add that the offensive line play has also been stellar. And that's definitely been the case here. There's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, still a one-possession game. Remember, it could have been 2 after they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You saw the right back that point. A lot of people look at them going for a 4th down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held it. Got the ball right back for them. So, nice stand for them. Momentum to swing back to their side and get a good drive here. That's a good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Now a run here off the arc. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And into the end zone. 6 for the 49 as they score the touchdown. Sly on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return.
So pass interference, the call there, always is, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the 2nd half. Maybe the defender gets away with that in the 1st, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
Give him 40 on the 1st down. They'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Nice corner to tight end. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 to 12. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A.J. Barner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to a field goal. The drive's over that time, 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, Lou back out to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. The 49ers settling in for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. From the pistol, here's Elliott. They'll get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Purdy on the sneak. And he's going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the field goal conversion.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Shotgun now with Purdy. And this guy's man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
We've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, he closed down quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he's going to have the Niners first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Purdy. He's got it wide open, complete. And he'll go down the mountain before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? Zone here, it's Scalabrine with it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. That will do it for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
The tight end is certainly positioned built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal at the 5-yard
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find the best way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
That's the play to Joey Scalabrine. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Cam Scalabrine. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 31. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here. They are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete.
Big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
He's the last one.
And that could be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Right where this set down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're living in the common boy, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one we're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they get him down the line before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
First down, Seahawks.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on to the contact. Brings up second down.
It's now second and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down before he gets into enemy territory.
First down. Again, 11 on the play. First down, Seattle.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he'll go down the number before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
Seahawks. First down. A gain of 21 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Back to throw again. And it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down, Seahawks.
They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
3-yard loss brings up third down and 12.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He connected on his first from 41. And his kick is right there. It's good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Illegal touching, offense.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously, such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
To the sideline, getting that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. play, and it'll be second down.
At the 29-yard line.
Now Purdy. Now, they're going to be batted away and incomplete.
And based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Purdy now to throw. He'll drop this up to Skipper. And he's going to have the Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
An inside run to Skipper. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. But as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Back to throw, Purdy. And he hits him in stride. And the 49ers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's Purdy. Now he's going to step up. Across the track. And the end zone. It's a 40-yard touchdown. Brock Purdy. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. An extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Seattle now ready to march on the field. And it's tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time, now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
With a chance, we'll see if they can get the score. He's going to run for one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big header if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Now audible here into something else. From the guy, they'll hand this off. And it'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
The 25-yard line. On gain of 4. And this.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. A heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 21 yards there on third down.
For a Seahawks first down. A gain of 21 now.
First down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The faithful in full war here in Santa Clara. This is third down.
Third down.
They set up the throw. And it's going to be incomplete.
As this little brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Working in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jamison Williams, 46 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need to recoup a touchdown and an extra point to tie. does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an outside kick situation.
They're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Give up the middle, Scatterboot. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is slaughtered behind the line. Gotta figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. That looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man in stride complete. They like going to him in the slide, catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Out of the gun, Purdy. And he's across for a touchdown. And that should just about seal it. Obviously, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trail at halftime.
And how about the response? That's a